Greetings, Internet. I'm the modern Marxist, but you can call me Mark. We're not going to waste any time with a lengthy intro today because our topic is waste. Military spending waste, to be particular. Now, obviously, this is a communist channel. If it were up to me, the US wouldn't have a military at all, for numerous reasons, not the least of which is their long history of war crimes and unjustified invasions, as we've talked about before on this channel. However, today, we're putting on our liberal hats in order to examine the US military from another angle. The immense waste of taxpayer money in the military can be a good way to get pro-military liberals to think a bit deeper. So take this topic as a tool to use in your own efforts to chip away at the programmed liberal hive mind. So let's get into it. As we all know, US politics is dominated by corporate interests. Lobbying and dark money deals ensure that the government budget plans are friendly to corporations. This has led to the US military-industrial complex vastly overcharging the government for everything. In 2015, the Washington Post reported that the Pentagon had lost more than $125 billion to bureaucratic waste. Honestly, this number seems low to me, but this is coming from the Washington Post. Bloated administration costs are only the beginning, though. We also have to consider research and development projects. Many of us might be familiar with the F35 Development, which across the planned 60-year lifespan of the program is estimated to cost taxpayers more than $1 trillion, and has been riddled with design issues from the start. But there are many more examples. There's also the F22 Raptor, responsible for the recent shooting down of the Chinese balloon flying over the US, which, fun fact, was the first confirmed air-to-air kill for the F22 Raptor. There have been many other failed projects that have cost billions, from the Seawolf submarines to the future combat vehicles intended to replace the aging M1 Abrams and Bradley infantry fighting vehicle. One of the least surprising sources of waste for the US military is CEOs. The US military invests heavily into civilian contractors like Lockheed Martin and Boeing. In 2016, the military awarded more than $300 billion in defense contracts. More recent numbers are harder to find, but the number for this past year is likely much higher. In that 2016 year, the CEOs of these contracting companies took home a combined $100 million in taxpayer money as personal income. A study by the University of Massachusetts showed that military spending is the least effective way to bolster job growth, with infrastructure spending being significantly more effective. Defense contractors will squeeze every penny out of the government that they possibly can, charging exorbitant amounts of money for simple items. Specific examples include screws that cost $37 each, a nearly $8,000 coffee maker, and a $74,000 ladder. There are many more ridiculous examples, from the Air Force spending $640 each for plastic toilet seats, to the Navy spending over $400 each for simple claw hammers you could buy at any hardware store for less than $10. The government is fine paying these ridiculous prices because our government is in the pocket of big business. Taxpayers are forced to spend more while politicians and contractors get rich. The US military is a mess. After floundering in Afghanistan, it's clear that the golden age of the US military is long past. Ridiculous mismanagement of funds like this only contributes to the military's decline as an effective fighting force. That's all I have for you today, comrades. Thanks for watching.